This is the distributive property. A times the quantity, B plus C, is the same thing as AB plus AC. And here is why. Whenever you have an item up against a set of parentheses with nothing in between, that means multiplication. So to simplify it, you distribute the A to the B and to the C. In other words, you're multiplying everything inside the parentheses by what's outside of it. So A times B would be AB. And A times C would be AC. And here is an example of that. If we had 6 times the quantity of 7 plus 2, I would distribute the 6 to the 7. So 6 times 7. I would keep the sign in here, plus, and then 6 times 2. I would have to simplify that. 6 times 7 is 42, and 6 times 2 is 12. If I add those together, I come up with 54. Look what happens if I had added 7 and 2 to start with. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 times 6 would still be 54. If you have two terms that are identical, such as 11t and 9t, you can add those together to get 20t. Some things you cannot do are like the following. If I had 3t plus 4, that is not 7t. You cannot do that. You can't add those two things together. If I had 5x plus 6y, that is not 11xy. You cannot add those together because they are not like terms. You can only add a's with a's, b's with b's, and so on. This is 5c plus 12 minus 2c. Remember, you can't add or subtract things that are not alike. But we have two terms in here that are like. They are 5c and minus 2c. You have to include the sign in front of the term as well so you know what to do with it. If I have 5 c's and I'm taking away 2 c's, how many c's do I have? 3. Yeah. And 12 is what's left over. So I have 3c plus 12. 13b plus b. There is a number attached to this b, but it's not written. What number is that? 1 is right. So if I have 13 b's and I add 1 b to it, how many b's do I have? 14 b's, that's right. Alright, 5 times the quantity of 9 minus 3g. Use the distributive property. Multiply 5 times 9. Keep your sign from the middle, minus. And then multiply 5 times 3g. Now go back and simplify. 5 times 9 is 45. Keep your sign. Now you have 5 times 3g. 15g is right. 2 times 3f. That's what I have to do first. 2 times 3f. Keep my sign, which is minus, and then multiply 2 times 4. Now go back through and simplify it. 6f minus 8. If I have something like 5 times 2 plus x minus 3, I can still use the distributive property. You can have an unlimited amount of items in your parentheses, but you still have to multiply them all by this number. So 5 times 2, keep your sign of plus, 5 times x, keep your sign of minus, and then 5 times 3. Go back through and simplify to get 10 plus 5x minus 15. Is this my final answer? No. Why is this not my final answer? Yeah, what two terms can I add together? 10 and 15. And really, it's not adding because you have 10, and that's a minus in front of the 15. So you have to use the sign that's with it. 10 minus 15 is what? Negative 5. So 5x minus 5 is the answer. Even though the 8 is on the right side, you can still multiply it by each item in there. So 8 times 4a plus 8 times 2. That would be 32a plus 16. You must distribute the 2 to the 4 to get 2 times 4. Keep your sign. Distribute the 2 to the x, 2 times x, and then distribute the 2 to the 2. And don't forget to keep your minus sign. Now simplify to get 8 plus 2x minus 4. But that's not your final answer because you can simplify this and this. 8 minus 4 is a positive 4. 2x plus 4. We need to distribute this 3 to the 5. Keep your plus sign from here. Distribute the 3 to the x. Keep the minus sign from here. And then distribute the 3 to the other 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times x is 3x. And keep that minus sign. 3 times 3 is 9. You can simplify 15 minus 9 to get 6. 3x plus 6. Look at your w's first. You can add and subtract w's. So you have 7w plus 2w. That is 9w. And then you have 10 minus 3. 10 minus 3 is a positive 7, so you write plus 7.